up, guys? Lord Beardo, Loot Nation. On the block for the conversation today is the witches and a couple different army compositions to use them with. This first attack here is going to be your traditional GoWiWi attack. Again, these bases that are all open inside, big open chambers, a lot of defenses next to each other. They are absolutely perfect for these raids. You want to get the golems moving inside. You want to get, your witches inside, and you want to get your heroes inside. And in order to get your heroes and everything inside, you drop your golems on the outside. You drop a little line of wizards around a couple of the buildings surrounding, the corner or the side that you're looking to enter from. And then you're making sure that as you place your troops down, they're highlighting inside the base. If they're not doing that, you can give it a second. Wait a little bit, clear a couple more buildings on the outside out, because if your army, and this is the most important thing with the ground and pound armies, if they do not enter inside the base and they swoop around the outsides, the raid is good as done. You won't get any of the loot you're looking for, and you won't get any stars that you're looking for in war. Now this is for Town Hall 9 using the GoWiWi, GoWiPe, or the GoWiWiPe strategy, which I'll explain what all of that means as the video progresses, and then when I do a couple more parts of this. I feel like a lot of people are missing the concept of how to use these big armies. They start their attack, they drop everybody too quickly on the outside, and I have a fail video that I'm going to show. So it really, because I mean the only way you get good at this is practicing it. You're not going to just come right out the box and get 3 stars or 2 stars in war, or be able to collect the loot you're looking for with these big armies, because the defenses are so intimidating in Town Hall 9. They're able to, eliminate all your archers, all your wizards for your support army with just a couple blasts of a wizard tower if they're all purple, or with one of these black mortar shells. So it's really important to understand why the raids go right and why the raids go wrong. And that's almost every time because the army is split up. Your golems shoot on the outside, your heroes go on the outside, they go and hit camps, nothing is going inside the base to go and get any of the storages, and the town hall is left unharmed. And that's why I'm bringing you this video, because I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to help you understand what you need to do to get more stars in war and to get all the collectors and all the storages from bases like this of people who are playing hard. They had tons of loot stored up, and then they let their base ride a little too long. Their collectors start to fill up, and you have to go in there and you have to get every piece of defense out of the way in order to clean up these bases. Here, this guy has got everything marbled. He's got collectors on the inside. He's got drills on the inside, and you have to use these big armies to get inside. And again, you see right here, I was able to get all of my troops inside because I cleared the outside buildings. You always got to watch the little notifier when you're hitting the troops and selecting the troops that they're going inside. The P.E.K.K.A.s are really tricky to use because they go to the very closest thing to them. So if you think you're selecting inside and then something on the inside gets destroyed, they'll just shoot right to the outside. So you always got to make sure that they have a clear line right into the wall, right through the walls. In this particular raid, I actually didn't use any golems. I used 4 P.E.K.K.A.s and about 5 witches, and it worked out really well for me. I did shotgun my spells a little too quickly when I first got in the base. I think I was a little nervous about the Inferno Towers, and I ended up putting 2 heal spells directly on top of each other, and if I would have saved one of them, instead of getting the 90%, I probably would have 100%ed this base. All in all, still really happy about the way the raid did work out. And again, you don't always need the golems. You can save on the dark elixir with the golems, and you go with more P.E.K.K.A.s, and you got to up your witches at that point. The last raid I showed you had 3. This one is 5. They bring up these little skeletons that are so important, and when you get them to level 2, they're bringing up 8 skeletons per witch, which by the time the end of the match comes, they've summoned to like 60, 80 troops on top of what you're bringing to the match. And that's what makes these witches so effective, is that they endlessly bring up these little skeletons, and the little skeletons run over all the traps, they spring up in the air, they find all the bombs, and that keeps your wizards alive. That's what I like so much about bring in the wizards. I mean, bring in the witches with the GoWiWi or the GoWiWiPe instead of just a traditional GoWiWi, because the wizards always die from big bombs in the big clutch matches you need for war. So these witches, once you get them to level 2 especially, you see right there, it just happened. I showed just what I was explaining. Those skeletons will find the big bombs. They'll keep all your troops alive. They'll keep your heroes' health up. They're so effective. So when you run these big ground and pound armies, you definitely want to use golems in war. They're so strong, they take so much damage. With the golems, you want to release the golems and let all the pieces of defense focus on their attention before you go ahead and put any other troops down. The witches I tend to bring in. I'll make a little line of wizards right behind the golems, clear all the buildings out, then put the witches down, the heroes down, everything kind of all at the same time, and you're kind of spam dropping the rest of the troops. And the idea behind it is that you're really just looking to enter into the base. I keep reiterating this because it's the most important part. You see right here, I make a line, put some witches down, get the wall breakers, open up the walls behind the golems, and you could start using these ground and pound armies, the GoWiWi, GoWiPe, all of it with the level 1 golems. They are strong enough, but there is a humongous difference between the 1s and the 4s. So once you get into Town Hall 9, you want to make sure that you continue to upgrade. I know everyone's looking to get their queen up as fast as possible, but if you spend a little bit of time on the golems, which I did, and I'm going to show in the next video, more raids with higher golems and what you can accomplish with taking out these big bases. And you see here, the P.E.K.K.A.s never made it inside. They swooped around the right side. They're off in the distance, and if I would have been able to get them inside, this raid would have been a lot different. I mean, I end up getting a lot of the loot that I'm looking for in this raid. The wizards are still all inside. I got my king inside, and all in all, it's just, this is an army that you're going to have to practice with. You're going to have to pay attention to, when you first look at a base and you have a game plan, especially for war, you're going to sit there and have a plan as to how you think it's all going to work out, but it never goes the way you think it's going to. So you have to stay in what I call the game flow. You have to know that, if all your troops swoop around the outside, that it's not just about putting the spells in the middle over a couple wizards. You want to follow your army through, and that's so important, to watch the raid, to pay attention to the raid, and to get a lot better at understanding why troops go to the outside and how they go to the outside, and practicing with it, because it's really not hard to use. You just got to pay a little bit more attention to it. So good luck with it. I'm going to throw up my second video, show some war raids and some things with that. So I'll talk with you guys soon, and good luck.
We'll be right back.